All right, let's go ahead and let's have you try to do question number 2 and question number 3. Now with question number 2, since it says decreases, remember that's a negative $200. So times negative 200 times whatever the multiplier is. And you have to figure out what the MPS is, divide it into 1, figure out what the MPS, divide into 1. Now this one says MPS, so 0.05, divide that into 1. That'll be your multiplier, times it by negative 200 and get your answer. Then you go into number 3. Number 3 says if households increase consumption. So just go ahead and $75 times whatever the multiplier is. Now let's go to question number 4. Okay, question number 4 is kind of a tough question because it says if the government decreases taxes, okay, by $100. What that means is on the circular flow model, so let me go ahead and draw that over here. You had households and then the money circulating around, product market, firm, okay, and so on. Now what they're saying is the government right here decreases taxes. So that $100 is going back into the households. Well, here's the deal. It has to be filtered, okay? Whenever something comes into households, you have to filter it by the MPC and MPS. So the first one says, what if the national income change would be the MPC is 0.6? So what that means is if the marginal propensity to consume is 0.6, 0.6 times that $100 means $60 is going to go out into the economy. So what we're going to do is we're going to say $60 times the multiplier. Now what's the multiplier? 0.4 into 1 because the MPC is 0.6. So 0.4 into 1 goes in 2.5 times. Okay, so 60 times 2.5 equals $150. That's how much growth would be in the economy if the government decreased taxes by $100. It would go back in, that money would circulate around, and it would end up generating $150. Now let's go to the second one. When the MPC is 0.8, so what would happen is if $100 goes back into households, we're only going to spend 80% of it. So only $80 this time is going to go out. So we're going to say 80 times the multiplier. Well, what's the multiplier? If the MPC is 0.8, then that means 0.2 ends up being the MPS. Divide that into 1 equals 5. 5 times 80 equals, whoops. So 80 times 5 equals 400. All right, so our economy would grow by $400 if that scenario happened. Now the last one, the MPC is 0.99. That means over here, if that $100 comes back into households, they're going to spend, marginal propensity to consume, $99. So 99 times whatever the multiplier is. Remember, the multiplier, we take the MPS, which is 0.01, divide that into 1 equals 100. 100 times 99 equals 9,900. That's how much money our economy would grow in that scenario. Now what you have to do is you have to go ahead and you have to try to do number 5. If households' income increases by $100, that means if the household's money is increasing right here by $100 national income, how much are they going to spend? So you got to figure out their MPC, and then you have to figure out the multiplier, times it by that, just like what we did up here filtering it, and see if you can do question number 5 on your own.